Hi guys, it's ALCHEMY. How's everyone doing? Good, I hope. I had this idea to do a mini collection video of my powdery fragrances. And the reason for that is powdery is one of my favorite categories of fragrance. And it all started when I was 15 years old. And it was when I smelled Guerlain's Shalimar on a person for the first time. It was a really glamorous, beautiful, older lady, and she walked past me and I followed her down the street and I asked her, bold 15-year-old that I was, please tell me what perfume you're wearing. And at the time, people weren't gatekeeping so much. She gladly told me that it was Shalimar. So I used to live right near a huge shopping centre, shopping mall, and within the next couple of days I had gone there, found it, and the love affair began. So I wanted to show you all of the fragrances in my collection that I consider powdery. It's a beautiful, comforting category of fragrance, and I have what I consider to be some really gorgeous ones. So I've already pulled them all out of my collection, and I'm going to talk about them off the cuff, starting with the Queen herself, Shalimar by Guerlain. I've always loved the Shalimar bottles in all of their forms. I find them so gorgeous, just really elegant. You know, Shalimar is the original amber, and many things contribute to powderiness in perfume. Amber is one of them, the amber accord. It can be a very powdery accord. Things like iris or orris root, some musks are very powdery, some aldehydes are very powdery, some flowers are very powdery. So there's going to be quite a variety in this video, but see what you think. I'm going to not talk about them too much, but hopefully this just might give you some idea, some things, if you like powdery, some suggestions for you to maybe go and try. So we're starting with Shalimar by Guerlain, the OG amber and the Queen herself. It's a gorgeous one. Lots of vanilla in here, really powdery. Obviously, I don't need to say that every time. It has a civet note as well, and quite a lot of bergamot. I'm going to have to clear this off, but I'm going to move Shalimar to the side. You can stay there. The next one is just such a thing of beauty. I don't even know. It's one of my favorite bottles in my collection, and it is L'Attesa by Masque Milano. This is an iris, and I would say, look how much glass is on the bottom. This thing is so heavy, jeez. But this is, yeah, it's so gorgeous. I think I could go so far as to say that it's probably my favorite iris. Or if not, at least it's up there as being one of my favorite irises entirely. It's just such a gorgeous perfume. The first time I smelled it, it was an instant love. And now it's in my collection and I'm super happy because I love it. It's really powerful. It starts out earthy iris, and then this huge powder bomb comes out and you smell like iris baby bum. And I love that. So next one. The next one is called Sogno Reale, and it is one of the most unique bottles in my collection. It's by an Italian brand called Mendita Rosa, and it's this one. This is another one that I consider to be one of the most, just an exquisite amber perfume. And no, that is not a burger. It's actually meant to be a sea urchin. This perfume is all about dreams, and this whole brand is very conceptual, and it's an exquisite powdery amber with marine touches. It has tuberose in there as well. It really is, in terms of, say Shalimar being the classic amber, the powdery vanillic amber, this is a very unique take on amber. It even has hyraceum in it, this one, but so beautifully blended. It has rum as well. It has sandalwood. It has a little bit of frankincense. But at its core, it's a powdery amber, and in terms of uniqueness, not much in my collection really smells like this one. So that's why I got it. I got that as a birthday present, actually. I chose it. I should say I chose it as a birthday gift. When you're a perfume lover, it really is just easier to have, just to tell people that love you, that's the one I want, rather than them just picking something for you. If I have friends that are in fashion, I would never buy them clothes for their birthday. It's just the wrong gift to get them. Anyway, the next one is called Citizen Queen, and this is by Juliette Has a Gun. I fell in love with this the first time I smelled it. I smelled it in a tiny shop in South London called Roulier White, and I'd never seen the brand before. This one is fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. It's an iris again, it's musky, it has a little bit of leather, it has a rose in there as well. And it has vanilla too, but it's mainly about powder. It's a powdery, beautiful, gorgeous thing, which I've had for quite a long time. I do think I really should start using it up, because I'm scared it's going to turn. Let's give it a little spritz right now and see. Hold on. Are you still in your former glory? Oh yeah, it still smells as beautiful as it did the first time I smelled it. Just absolutely wonderful, and I think the best from their line. My opinion. Let's move these guys to the back without singeing my arm on this candle, because I already did that once, believe it or not, just before I started recording. So what's that smell? Oh, it's my arm hair. Okay, the next one. This one's quite a contemporary powdery perfume, and it's called Telegramma, and it's by Imaginary Authors, really cool, funky brand from Portland, Oregon. I love this perfume so much. It's my favorite from them. I've used so much of it. I actually wore this very recently when I went to get my new tattoo. Really big tattoo I got that I've wanted for 15 years, just a little backstory. And I think this is gonna kind of remind me of that now, because, you know, of the pain that I went through. But this is great. And it has, look, the notes on the back: talc, lavender absolute, black pepper, teak, amyris, vanilla powder, and fresh linens. It's got a really interesting opening, kind of smells like spilled coffee and wood, but then once it gets into its stride and the powder comes out, oh, I just love it. It's really, really good. So the next one is one of my favorite acquisitions of this year. I did actually talk about it on my channel at some point in the past, I can't remember, but now I own it, and it is called Nymphea, and this is by Profumum Roma. It's going to be difficult because their lettering is right embedded into the glass there, but I'll put the name somewhere over here. This is amazing. I call it the perfume of fairies. This is what I imagine fairies would smell like if I ever met one. Can you see Nymphea? Anyway, it doesn't matter. This, I need to spray it because it's absolutely gorgeous. This is a rose violet honeysuckle grass combination. The grass is where I come in and I say, oh, it smells like what a fairy would smell like. Yeah, beautiful, huge circumference, really big, powerful, powdery violet rose with green elements, and I just love it. Okay, next one. The next one is called Number One, and it's by, this one's going to be really hard to film because of its reflective quality. It's called Number One Masculine, and it's by Clive Christian. I'm just going to put it straight there because it's going to just cause many issues. This one is more on the side of like an aldehydic, powdery, flowery perfume. I don't know, it smells so elegant considering it's called masculine. I wouldn't say, if we're going to be traditional about things, I wouldn't necessarily say it's masculine, but those lines are blurred in my life now. I don't really care. Absolutely gorgeous, super clean. So it's more like, yeah, soapy, powdery, and aldehydic kind of smell. It's kind of in the world of Samsara-ish, if Samsara had loads of aldehydes added to it, which is probably why I love it. Okay, let's keep moving. The next one I could cry about because it's been discontinued, and I've even messaged this brand to say, please, are there any left? You know, like hiding under a rock somewhere that I can have because I love it so much. It's called Goddess, and it's by Aaron Terence Hughes. He changed the name of it to Gardenia Blanc, and then he just completely took it off. And I don't know if it's coming back ever, what's happening, I don't know. But this one is musky powdery. This is such a compliment getter. How much have I got left? I'm so aware that it's gonna run out. Honestly, it makes me really sad. So this one is Gardenia. He's created this kind of skin musk accord in it. It's a little bit vanillic, but overall, guess what? It's powdery. Projection like crazy. This thing stays on my skin for just far too many hours. When I want to change my perfume, it's hard to, because this one doesn't want to leave, but it's absolutely gorgeous. The next one is by the Master of Musks, and it's Narciso Rodriguez. There's lots of marks on this one. I should probably have cleaned this one. It's funny because my perfumes are in a cabinet. They don't really need cleaning so much anymore. This one, yeah, Fleur Musk by Narciso Rodriguez. He plays around with musks so well. He is, you know, the brand is, I think, the Master of Musks. And I don't wear this one so often. I think I really should. It's really, really nice. It's a powdery rose musky perfume. And it's clean, obviously. It's got a bit of violet in it as well. Violet's kind of powdery as well, you know. It just adds a little bit of softness to things and sweetness. And it's also an amber too. But yeah, Narciso Rodriguez, they just really create such elegant perfumes. Really, really feminine. But, you know, do I care about that? If you guys know me by now, you know the answer is no. So the next one is by Diptyque. It is called Fleur de Peau. This one's really popular. Another iris. This is an iris with musk, but it also has actually quite a dark musk in it as well. And I love that they have these things on the back of their bottles. I think it's so cool. This is a really long-lasting fragrance. It's quite an earthy iris, and after a few hours of wearing, it does reveal this, I would say, kind of skanky musk, and it can be slightly challenging as well. So the next one, this video would not be complete without this perfume, and anyone that's been following me for a while will probably know what it's going to be, because it's one of my ultimate perfumes ever, and it's really hard to clean, by the way. It is Dolce & Gabbana Red Cap. This is the second or third bottle of this perfume that I have gone through. This reflection thing, sorry guys, it's really hard. It's really hard to light the video, but also not have it reflect. I'm not a master of lighting. Anyway, it's Red Cap by Dolce & Gabbana, or the original Dolce & Gabbana perfume for women. Just the most gorgeous aldehydic powdery perfume probably on the planet in my world. And I have still maybe 2 bottles of this to go, and the original formula. I cannot live without this. Yeah, people might say it's a bit dated now, but doesn't bother me at all. The next one is Bois d'Azil, and this one is by Chanel. Really hard right now to do this, but it's fine. You can still see the bottles here. Really gorgeous sandalwood, powdery. Sandalwood often gives powdery textures to a perfume as well. And this is so nice. I don't wear it so often. I mean, it's nearly gone, but oh my God, this is just such an exquisite sandalwood perfume. It really is. It really portrays sandalwood in all of its glory, in all of its kind of sensuality. And it has really lovely powdery tones all around it. I absolutely love this one. So, this one here, second to last, is called Benjoin Bohème, and it's another Diptyque perfume. This one's different from the others because benzoin is a powdery resin. So benzoin has kind of vanillic tones to it, but it also is a powdery resin. It's one of the most powdery resins I think I've smelled. It's not so dark or rich like labdanum or, you know, citrusy like ALCHEMY. Benzoin's a gorgeous resin that contributes to amber in a lot of ways, and this feels very much, to me, kind of like straight up benzoin. I'm not gonna lie, but it's a great one. And do you know what I'm really happy about? There's space for one more perfume, and I've only got one left. This video worked out so well. I love it when a plan comes together. The last one is a true love of mine. I've mentioned it on my channel many times. I've sang its praises many times. And again, this video would not be complete without it. It is Nightingale by Zoologist. This is the ultimate powdery chypre perfume. Whoa, it's like a powder bomb when you put it on. This thing travels so far. I mean, this was an instant love for me when I first tried it. And it's still an instant love. It's still a long love for me now. It's got plum blossom, it's rose, it's violet again. The powder accord, or whatever the way this Tomu Inaba constructed this perfume, it is absolutely outstanding if you like powder and you like chypres. I've never smelled a chypre quite so powdery, but yeah, Nightingale, such a big love of mine, it really is. So that concludes my video. I really hate that this has got fingerprints on it. So you know what we can do? We can just do that. Nobody ever saw. Oh damn, it's tall, you can still see it. Never mind. Anyway guys, I hope you like this video. Tell me if you guys have got any of these perfumes, if you like any of them. Hopefully this gave you a bit of inspiration, if powdery is your thing, you know. So have a wonderful evening, and I hope you like this video. I'm ALCHEMY, trying to make the world smell better, one video at a time. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.